I'm live. Okay. Let me pause this. Okay. I think we should be live now. Yes? Hey everyone. Okay. Uh if you watched that video about the overflow, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Um and if you're here in this chat room, thanks for following me here. Yeah. So if you're interested, the overflow.io, just sign up for the closed beta. I'm going to start with only 5 people just to make sure, to kick the tires around a bit. I have actually one member who's already in the Slack group, and he's been asking me support questions, all this stuff. A lot of tough ones, but I'm able to get to them. But I want to see if this idea can work. Yeah, yeah. It's something that I've been working on. But anyways, you already saw the video. Uh, this I'm gonna put this video onto the overflow as well. But this is like I don't know, a freebie or something. This is something I want to show you how you can make a pretty cool hero row that I was able to do. Let me get my browser up here. Let me see your properties. Uh, let's go. Where are you? You're right there. Nope, that's the live chat. That one. Okay, you should probably be able to see my screen now. Okay, yeah, right there. Yeah, you should see my screen. Can you see my mouse? Is my mouse working? Nope. Can't see my mouse? Nope. Oh, okay. I don't have it as display. I have it. Okay. Hey, Josh, Peter. Congrats, man. Hard work is about to pay off. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, and I want to make this overflow as valuable as possible. Because I care about you guys. My voice is low. Properties. Yeti microphone. Can you not? Is that better? All right. Let's turn this off. Turn this on. Window. Whoa, that's huge. Let me make that smaller. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. All right. Actually, first thing I want you guys to see is this. No. You guys can find it yourselves. I think this is gonna show that off, anyways. Okay. Let's see here. Vladimir, what's up? Peter? I'm seeing some new trigger option. Not new, but they're clicking. Yeah. It's okay when you speak directly to the mic. Okay, cool. All right. So you should see my screen. Let's rebuild this. All right. So this is kind of like one of the tutorials. My tutorials in the overflow are just the same way I do the workshops on Webflow, and also how I've been doing my live streams a couple months ago. So this is just consider this a freebie on the overflow. So here we go. This guy, pretty cool, you know, and the only image actually on this is this background pattern. Okay, and you can get background patterns over at transparent patterns. Let's see here. Transparenttextures.com. I'll put it in the chat room right now. So transparenttextures.com. Pretty cool place to download these GIFs, PNGs, whatever, and you can use it on your Webflow site. It's pretty nice, and the patterns are very seamless, so it gives it an extra texture. All right, so let's rebuild this guy really quickly, if I can remember. It's been a while. I'm gonna call this work, and yeah, and when I'm done, as always, I'll give it to you for free. But in the overflow, it's exclusive for a month. Then I release it publicly. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is drag in a section. Okay, actually, let's challenge myself. I'm gonna use the quick find. I need to use more quick find. All right, Command E, section, enter, cool, and then Command Enter. Call this hero. Oops, I already given it. Command Enter. I'll call this work hero. Okay, I don't want to reuse the same classes and cheat. All right, so the height is 100 VH, and I'm going to flex this one so the children are centered. And now it's time to give it a gradient. And I think I did radial, and I did at the top. So it's not just a straight line diagonal. It's more of a gradual. Okay. And let's give that a color like this. I think I went blue. Something like that. Something like that. And then the other side will be purple. Yeah, something like this. Make it dark because it's kind of a nightclubby type of feel. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I went that far. Maybe like, yeah, we'll do like that. And then on top of this, I'm going to add that background image right there. So let's see here. Yeah, this gonna leave it like that and keep all the settings as is. So yeah, these transparent textures, it gives it an extra feel to your background. So the reason why I gave it this texture was because I was thinking, when you go to Vegas or something and you look at their walls, it's not just a wall. It's not just a stucco wall. It's not just a brick wall. There's like some form of geometry to it to give it an extra texture. And so I thought, okay, if this is like a Las Vegas nightclub type of website, it needs some diamonds or something like that. So that's what I did there. Chris, what is up? We need you in Utah. We'll see soon. I have many plans this year, so maybe we can fit it in. But here we go. Dush, hi. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm also going to set this to overflow hidden. And the reason why is because this diagonal right here, this big diagonal, that's not a graphic. That's just a div that I rotated and made it super huge. Really not that hard to do. So watch this. Watch this. So I'm going to drag in the div here. And one last thing on the work hero. Back on the work hero, I need to make sure that this position is relative. So now some people are wondering, like, what's the difference between relative, static, and absolute, etc., etc. So the easiest way I can think of explaining relative and absolute is relative is the target, okay? And if I set this to absolute, this absolute is looking for a relative. It's like a child looking for its parent, saying, hey, where's my mom? Where's my dad? And then if this one is set to relative, then it's going to say, hey, it's me. And then this one is like, oh, okay, so anywhere I position myself is targeted to you, my relative. Get it? If there was no relative, I'm going to remove it and set it to static. If there was no relative, watch what happens to this absolute. It looks for its parent all the way back to get to body, okay? And so body is the ultimate parent or something, ultimate relative. And so if it doesn't find anything, it'll keep looking until it gets to the body. All right, hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to set this to relative. This one is absolute. It's relative to work hero. Awesome. And let's make this gigantic. I'm going to do something crazy like 100 VW for the full viewport width. And the height, let's make it 60 VH or 100 VH. Let's just take over the whole thing. All right. And now let's give it a background of white, but see-through. So let's make it transparent, something like this. And we're going to add a transform and rotate it on the Z. So maybe something like that. Maybe we need it bigger on the height. So it's all about experimenting. Let's say 200. No? 150, 150. Cool. And let's go ahead and move this over to like 10 VW. Nope. Something like that. And we can reposition this later, okay? Maybe I'll tone it down a bit. Yeah, like that. There you go. So see, we have a texture, we have a gradient, and then we have a diagonal overlay. So immediately it has a pretty cool feeling to it. Okay, something like probably like this. And let's go ahead and move it down more. Probably like 50 VH. Yeah. So all it is just a lot of trial and error. I think that can be pushed over. Right there. Cool. All right. So now let's go ahead and div block 2. Command enter. And oh, I can't rename. I have to double click. Okay. So let's just call this angle. Okay. Or hero angle. Cool. All right, let's put in the actual content. So I'm going to go back to work hero and click on div block. And now we're in the center vertically and horizontally. And let's put some stuff. What did I do? I put in like a H1. And this could be like Flow Club. I don't know. If Webflow had a nightclub, what would it be named? Go ahead, chat. Tell me. The more punnier, the better. Because that's how we do things at Webflow. And then I need some sort of tagline, you know, like the Flow Club. We keep the drinks flowing. I don't know, it's something. I need just words. All right, work hero content. Let's make this 50 VW. There we go. So 50% of the viewport width with a max width of like 1180. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. Let me set to Montserrat for the font. Set the color to white. All right. Hi, Tyler. What's up, Mr. Member Stack? So I need names. I need names for the Webflow nightclub. What you guys got? Okay, just styling a bit. Cool. All right, so now that I have that, hold on. Okay, cool. All right, so now that I have that, we keep things flowing. Let me style this a bit more. Probably make this bold, or that one should be bold, right? And then because that's bold, we can color this something else. There we go. And let's bring the letter spacing down a bit. Yeah, something like that. Cool. And now let's go ahead and add the background video. So here's how you do a background video that's angled, okay? It took some time for me to figure this out, but here we go. Let me copy the background video so that way I don't have to upload a video. I'm not copying the only thing I'm copying for styles is the height, and yeah, that's all I did with it. Okay, the more important part is its wrapper. So I'm going to place this here, and so where's the video? Yo, Webflow, where's the video? What? It's here. What? Let me remove the height. No. If I remove the height, then it's strange. Okay, well, let me wrap this and see what's going on. I'm gonna put a div block. I'm gonna wrap this. Yeah, still nothing. I wonder why. So, okay, I'm going to cheat and copy this whole thing and see what happens. Huh, that's strange. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that though. One thing is work hero content. I need to set this, okay, as relative, because see, like I said about relative and absolute, this video hero wrapper is set to absolute, okay, and that's how I'm pushing it to the side and giving it an angle as well, is because this is position absolute and it's off the canvas, so I need to make its relative this. So position relative, and there we go. And now also for this, I need to start the 3D. I need to start the 3D-ness. Okay, so in order to tell elements within this element, all the child elements, you have to say, hey, make all my child elements 3D. And so all we got to do is set this to 2000 and we're good. Okay. As for the video, when I first started this build, I was trying to do 3D on the video element itself, and it wasn't working out. It was breaking some stuff that Webflow already pre-styled to make the background video element work. And so I backed up and removed all those styles and said, okay, let me do it to a wrapper. And that's what I did. I took this wrapper, gave it a width, and then positioned this where I wanted. So for this, I'm going to push it. Wait, let me just call it work so I have a combo class. Push it here, push it here. Ooh, this width is way too much. Let's push it here. Probably like that. Maybe we can overlay the text. That'd be cool. Let's overlay the text. I'll do that later. All right. So how I do the 3D is, let me just turn this off real quick. This is what it looks like in 2D. Okay. All right. So what I did was I set the rotation Z to 11, and to give it that skew effect, I did that by negative 57, and then for the X, I did it for 17. So it's like that. All right. And then for the border, I did border width of 10. So it kind of gives it that frame effect. And I did the shadow right here. I did box shadows. So it comes off the page a little bit more. And what else did I do with this one? Yeah. And then this hero, I gave it a height. And the reason why is because if I gave it a bigger height, watch what happens if I give it a bigger height. It stretches the video, and sometimes it'll even give it letterboxes if you make it too small. I think that's what I was dealing with. I don't know. Okay, it's not happening right now. Live streams, that's what happens. All right. So there you go. It's kind of like a widescreen, so that looks pretty cool. All right. So there's that. Let me fix one more thing for this. Instead of max width, let's make it 780. So 60% of the viewport width, but I don't want this to be larger than 860 pixels. Yeah, that looks better. That looks more like a TV rather than a billboard. So let me throw this over to the side more. Let's see. Yeah, like that. And see how that angle? That's so clutch. It hits that. I didn't even mean that right now. Look at this. Ah, that's so nice when like little things like that happen. Okay. All right, cool. And then to put this on top, say the screen is this small. What happens if I make this smaller? Okay. So things happen. So let's just make sure that these are set to relative and z-index. Let's make this 10. This one, same thing, z-index 10. And so that way it's on top. Cool. All right, makes sense. And the question is, Johnny, what's up? Mike, you're amazing. Aw, thank you, Mike. Dush is asking, how will this work on mobile? Great question, because I've already solved that on the actual page right here. So what I did was, so this is the actual finished one right here. So what I did was, on tablet, I pushed this down. So I set the absolute to auto on the top and right, and then I pushed the video down, and so it looks like this. And then I centered the video on mobile landscape, and then I just made the video smaller on mobile portrait. So yeah, whenever it comes to responsive design, when you're designing for the desktop, you always got to think, how am I going to stack this? Okay, and those are the challenges as a web designer. You got to figure out on the fly. You can either be someone who is going to just design pixel perfect type of things, where you take an exact static mock or some sort of static mock and translate that into the web, and then ask for your designer, okay, now what's it going to look like on tablet? What's going to look like on mobile? You can be one of those designers, or you can help the graphic designer or whoever you're working with and solve for each breakpoint and in between each breakpoint on your own. It's all about stacking content. Now, when you see, oh, I lost my train of thought. My wife is calling. Okay, decline. Sorry. Okay. When you see content, okay, when you see a lot of content on a homepage, that's when you got to work with the content strategist or with your client and say, all right, which top 5 pieces of content is super important that needs to be on the page? Okay, so for example, what if your client has 10 blog posts on the homepage, right? Sure, you can show all 10 on the mobile version of the site. You can show so you can show the all 10, but then you're scrolling forever because you got the hero row, you probably have an about section, and then you have all the blog posts, you probably have a call to action, and then you have a footer. So you can be scrolling forever. You don't want that for the user. So it's good to ask the client, what's the most important content that really needs to be on the page, and then you work your way up from mobile. So for mobile, it's like 3 things that are super important, and then for tablet, it's 5 things that are super important, and then the desktop, you can put as much things as you want, so mobile first content. All right. But yeah, so that's how you build that nightlife thing. Right there. Yeah. So hopefully you learned something from this. I will see you guys in the overflow. I'm going to start sending out emails to everyone who's signed up so far, but thank you all so much. I know this is a short, how long was this stream? 24 minutes? Yeah. So a short stream, but yeah, I got to get into that Slack channel, and then I got some stuff to do, but thank you all so much for watching. I hope to do these live streams probably once every 2 weeks. I got to slow it down so I can balance my time. But thank you all so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. So until then, see ya. And wow, what a bad outro. See ya. And don't forget to make the web beautiful. See ya.